overwhelmed with 13 children.
Well, my sisters told me across the mountain is about 4 or 5 miles out in the country. When my daddy moved to Saluda, they told me to the house.
2 years old.
Huh?
You was 2 years old when they moved.
I was a baby.
Yeah, 'cause Jean was born after he moved over here.
Well, I was a baby when they moved here. That's what they tell me. That's all I know.
About 18 months old.
Mhm.
You was born in November of 25 and they moved in April of 27.
Mhm.
Where were they before?
Over in Fort Creek area.
Okay. So who was Ransom Bud's father? Which one of the Paces was his?
Charlie probably know better than I would.
Bayless Earl was the grandfather, Horace's grandfather, and his wife was Stacy Staten.
Okay.
I tell them Ashes Pace's brothers and sisters, forget it. I don't keep up with it.
But then Bayless was a son of Moses?
Moses.
See, Moses is my great-great-great-grandfather. So
Mhm.
you and I are kin.
Don't tell
We
nobody.
won't tell. We'll put that on the film, won't we? But yeah, so
There was Burl, Moses, Bayless, Bud, Horace. So he's 5th generation.
okay. All right, wait a minute. Say it again. Moses had,
There's Burl Pope,
okay,
Moses, Bayless Earl, Bud, and Horace. So he's 5th generation.
okay. All right. She knows it better than I do, but I can usually recite it pretty good. But yeah. So yeah, we're all the Paces. Anybody that's got any Pace in them, they're all kin anyway. So, you know. My great grandmother was my great grandmother was a Pace.
Well, you know, little as you think about it, most all the people around here are some kin to the Paces.
Well, I'm actually double Pace, because Ransom Woodruff Pace is my great great grandfather, and Catherine Pace is my great great grandmother's, and they were brothers and sister. And my grandmother Kathleen Stevenson and my grandfather Kathleen Guerin Stevenson and my grandfather Joseph Raymond Stevenson had Pace on both. They both had Pace. So.
Well, Horace's grandmother was also a Pace on the Middleton side.
Oh, so you got it too.
Yeah.
Double Pace too. Well, we won't put that on the film, but yeah. But that's around here. I mean, that's common. You know, that's what it was. The way it is.
Well, it's like I said, you know, now there's few people that's moved into this area over the period of years. It's not no kin to the Paces or anybody around here, but there's a lot of the old native, I call them.
My grandmother, I called them native.
Yeah, you know, they're kin.
Yeah.
If you trace it back far enough.
Yeah, and I've traced mine back, and it's interesting. Okay, so let's talk about one of the things that I have always heard about you is that you love to hunt and fish. And I heard that you know the Green River like the back of your hand. Is that true?
You heard what?
That you know the Green River like the back of your hand.
Well, I know a lot about the Green River, the upper part. I don't know that much about the lower part, except down where the Devil's Track is at. I've been down there several times.
Tell me about the Devil's Track. Now, see, I grew up hearing about that. Tell me about the Devil's Track.
You grew up hearing about it?
My daddy told me. My daddy knew the Green River like the back of his hand too, and I heard.
Well, did he go down the Devil's Track?
Yeah.
The Devil's Track is located at below the lower bridge. There's 2 bridges across Green River. And it's the lower bridge. You if you go down to the lower bridge, you don't cross it. You go right down on the left-hand side of the river, and the river's got to be down before you can see the Devil's Track.
Where is the lower bridge?
The lower bridge is, if you go on down through the cove, it's down next to the lower end.
Okay.
See, there's two bridges that crosses the Green River.
So you're talking about going down into the cove.
You go down in the cove and you cross the first bridge.
All right.
You just keep going until you come to another bridge. It crosses Green River. Well, when you get to that bridge, you don't cross it. You have to go down this side of the river, on the left-hand side of the river, down to the Devil's Track. Now, it's I was down there last summer, and it was awful growed up, and back when they had that sleet storm and all, I had a rough time of getting down through there because, you know, it growed up so much. But when I first went to the Devil's Track, they told me about where it was at. And there was a parking place how you crossed the bridge and went down so far. It was straight across from that. Well, I went down there to that parking place and went down to the river. I had an old pasteboard box or something, and I hung it up, and I went back up there and went down the other side of the river until I could see that cardboard box. I know I was at the Devil's Track. That's the way I found it.
What does it look like?
Well, it's one clear footprint, just like a barefooted person, in a granite rock.
How big is it?
Oh, it's bigger and wider than an ordinary man track. But there's 4 tracks, and it's just like somebody had walked in sand and left a footprint, especially one track. It's just as you can see all the toes and all the prints, you know, it's like it was barefooted.
But it's in a rock, isn't it?
It's in a granite rock, and if that river comes down full, you can't see it. It covers it over.
So what do you think it is?
Well,
okay, what do you think that footprint is?
I've always heard it was the devil running from the Aldrich family, you know.
The devil running from the Aldrich family?
Yeah.
I don't know. No, I don't know who the Aldrich family is.
This Aldrich family lived down there in Hobart Cove, and so that's what I always heard. You know, I don't know where that came from.
Why would the devil be running from the Aldrich family?
Well, I don't know.
Were they
But
moonshiners?
it's like I said in my video, you may have your theory and I may have mine. I don't know why they said it's running from the Aldrich family.
What's your theory?
I don't know.
You don't know.
But I know the track is there.
Do you think very many people know where it's at?
No.
But a lot of people have heard the story of it, but not many people know where it's at.
No. There are a lot of people. Now, the part that I made of the Nars over there's a lot of people now go over there to the Nars. A lot of these canoers and all, and they even have meetings over there and everything.
You said the Narrows?
Yeah.
Narrows?
But now the Devil's Track is a different story. There ain't that many people go there.
Tell us about making your video.
Well, you want me to tell you about it?
Well, I know that you carried a heavy camera in there.
Well, I carried a many people in there to see the Nars. And my wife would always tell me, well, you're going to take somebody over there and they're going to get hurt and you're going to get in trouble for taking them over there and this, that, and the other. But I carried one woman, one lady, of course, was with several other people. She was something like 7 or 8 months pregnant.
You took her down to the Narrows?
Took her to the Nars, and she come out alive.
So she didn't fall or anything, huh?
No.
hard to get down to the narrows.
It is. It is.
A lot of them go through that little. A lot of kayakers will go through that little. That's narrow, and the river just shoots them out, kind of.